Hi, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 28th, 2023 full moon and lunar eclipse reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps this channel out immensely, so thank you so much for doing so. And if you're interested in entering to receive a reading, all right, to be chosen for a reading, just put a pumpkin emoji in the comment box below. Now, I have to choose my words carefully because I don't want scammers coming after you guys and they search out for certain words said in videos. So at the end of the month, it will be announced in a separate video who will be receiving this reading. So do not be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box saying, oh, yay, you get to receive this. Know that it will be done separately in a video. I will not be contacting anybody in the comment box. Okay. So just letting you guys know, put a pumpkin emoji if you're interested in receiving a reading or entering to receive a reading. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com, which is also listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Excuse me. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Interesting. Okay, so Capricorn, we can have a tendency to get in our own way. So do be aware of that during this time. There's an opening of our insight, of what we desire, of what we want, of what we need, on a very soul level. So connecting with that knowledge, knowing that kind of a veil is going to be lifted. We're going to be seeing things a little bit more clearly for ourselves, and also really connecting with our angels, with our spirit guides, in order to move forward the way that we want to. Now, it's interesting because it's like all the knowledge that we have accumulated, we're going to be feeling almost like I'm freeing myself. I'm freeing myself from overthinking. I'm freeing myself from overanalyzing. I'm freeing myself from also a lot of the hurts and betrayals and doubts and fears that I have experienced over the years. Now, with the Four of Wands reverse, it can feel like I'm not moving forward in celebration the way that I want to be right at this moment. We're really moving forward in a way of deeper connection and deeper insight. And we're also looking at all the burdens that we have been carrying in our lives and starting to say, how do I let this go? Or how do I embrace what I really want, what I really need? The sense with us reverse, right? Because we're represented by temptation, all right? But in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, we're represented by the devil, which I always think is a little bit rude. So, but this reverse is also saying we're releasing ourselves from addictions because the devil represents addictions, right? But we can also have a tendency during this time because, the major arcana cards are us, the soul of us. We can have a tendency to get in our own way or feel frustrated with ourselves or be really harsh judges on ourselves. So just be aware of that during this time. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, okay. Well, that's a lot. So Spirit is chatty. So purposeful is reverse, blissful is reverse, rejoice is reverse, but faith is in the upright position. So we can feel like right now what Spirit is saying to us is right now, for some reason or another, we feel a bit silenced. Now, it can be something is going on in our personal lives. It can be that we might not be feeling really well, but the blissful, purposeful, rejoicing self isn't necessarily shining as bright as Spirit would like us to be shining. So just being aware of that is going to be super, super, super important. Faith coming in, all right? It doesn't have to be an orthodoxy, but faith within ourselves, faith within our angels, our spirit guides, our purpose here on earth, or knowing that there is a purpose on earth. Those are faiths that are going to be driving us forward, things that we need to look at that are truths for us, grounding truths for us, that's going to be really important. But knowing here that we are purposeful, that there is beauty, bliss, beauty, bliss, joy in our lives, and that we do need to rejoice. We do need to remember to connect with the happy moments. And even if we're saying there aren't any happy moments, there are little happy moments, even in our darkest hours. Even when it feels like the grayness is just kind of bearing down on us, there are moments of beauty. And Spirit is saying here, look at those moments of beauty, okay? With everything that's happening in the world, with everything that's going on, it can feel like beauty and bliss and joy are the last things that we should be worrying about or trying to connect with. It's almost like we should be sad, we should be upset. And Spirit is saying here, no, because that just feeds an energy vibration that makes the world feel less, that makes us more inclined towards chaos. So just being aware of this is going to be super, super, super important. Our joy matters. Our beauty matters. Our connection matters. Finding the beautiful within our world is going to be something that can inspire us and lift us up. Let's see what Spirit wants us to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, here, the Two of Cups. Interesting. There's a healing that's going on, or there's a sense of somebody coming in and thinking, oh, okay, we've bridged this gap, or this is going to heal me. And Spirit is saying, just be very mindful. You know your intentions, but another person's intentions might not be as loving, as forthright, as open as your own are. With the 10 of Swords reversed, I love how she's blowing away the feathers, right? And in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is a man laying prostrate on the ground with 10 swords in his back. It's overkill. So it can be that we have been overthinking, overanalyzing, putting too much pressure on ourselves, right? Overkill, just overkill. But there's also a sense here of I am releasing the swords from my back. I am being resurrected within myself, within what I want and what I need and where I'm headed in my life and what I desire. There's also a sense of using every heartbreak, pain, and disappointment to inspire us, to build us up, to move us in the direction that is right for our soul, right for ourselves, that gives us power and purpose and distinction. And we're going to be moving to the Four of Swords. Now, this is not the Four of Swords, the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands reversed, okay, Four of Fire here. But the Four of Wands reversed isn't a celebration, right? The Four of Wands represents a celebration. It represents a moving of house, new job opportunities. We can feel stuck. And it is okay to feel stuck and to feel frustrated. Because we're going to think, no, I should be pushing through this. I should be making a plan. And Spirit's like, well, what if you just said, I feel stuck and I feel overwhelmed? What if in one avenue or another in my life, I don't know where to start? I don't know how to move forward. I don't know. And just let yourself have that realization, have that connection. And then, because you've let yourself feel it, you can start to see, okay, so I need to focus on this for maybe 10 minutes a day. Focus on moving things forward, getting out from under, connecting with. Because then there's going to be reason to celebrate. Purpose moving forward. Doors are going to be opening. But it's almost like I have to push away the gray. I don't know why. I'm just seeing this gray. Now, it is a rainy day here where I am. Another rainy day, right? It was rainy yesterday. It's rainy today. And that's wonderful. But like, it can just feel like, okay, enough with the rain, like enough with the gray. So just be aware of this during this time. there's just a sense of, even if it's a good thing, there's a sense of it's too much. So there's a lack of celebration around something here that feels like it's sleeping away the color for one reason or another. The high priestess is coming in. So even though we feel like I can't celebrate, the high priestess is pulling away the curtains from our eyes, right? Is opening up our insight, our ideas, is having us look at things, and is saying, here I am. Here I am, and here is where I need to be. The high priestess is having us look at things more openly and honestly for ourselves and having us connect. Now, the high priestess, I always think of the Oracle of Delphi, who talked in rhymes. People from all over the ancient world, really powerful people, came to hear her prophecies for them and spent their whole lives unweaving what she tells them. And I think that is the most beautiful way to look at life. We're given a purpose. We're given a joy or a song within our heart, right? To live, to move forward in. And we spend our whole life trying to unweave that dream, or like into, or how to weave that dream into our reality and unweave it like from just an idea into a reality for ourselves. And so the high priestess here is going to be talking to us in ways that we might not always find the most helpful, but it's actually going to be leading us forward. We just have to kind of mull over the words, meditate, contemplate, connect. It brings us then to the 10 of Wands. Now, we have the repeat of the number 10 here. This is bringing us to a place of a completion of a cycle mentally and passionately, physically, on the earthly plane. With the 10 of Wands, this is fire, determination, focus, insight. But this is being weighed down by our responsibilities, by everything that needs to be done, by, whatever it is, it's feeling weighed down. And now we release the burdens from our shoulders and we start to say, okay, what am I carrying that I do not need to be carrying anymore? And how do I move forward in celebration of my passions and my joys? It doesn't mean running away from our responsibilities, but it does mean, how do I move forward in a way that I carry what I need to carry, but I'm not weighed down by life? And sometimes, in some seasons of our lives, the burdens are intense, they are powerful, and they can be overwhelming. But this is going to be a time when we're looking at things and saying, what am I carrying that are other people's heartbreaks and pains? What am I carrying that, isn't part of my story, or I don't want to be part of my story anymore? And then it leads us to looking at us. We're setting ourselves free from a lot of the circles that the human mind goes through, right? A lot of the things that we put on repeat. And so as we set ourselves free, we also need to know that during this time, we can have a tendency to get in our own way. And Spirit's like, just stop and step back. Stop and step back and tell yourself, what do I really want? What do I really need? Or ask yourself, what do I really want? What do I really need? What's important right now? Because we're going to try and take on a lot during this time. And yet we're not really going to have that gumption for it. It's like, I'm going to take on a lot because that's what I have to do and that's what needs to be done. But if we just move a little bit more slowly with ourselves, carefully, lovingly, we'd get a lot further. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Interesting. So we have boundaries here with the 10 of air as we're releasing negativities, hurts, and pains. Boundaries are coming forward, and it says, what do we need to release? And so we're releasing a lot of negativity within our mind, words that we have said to ourselves, that others have said to us. We are releasing that negativity, and that's going to be a very, very, very powerful thing for us. And as we do this, we are also asking ourselves, okay, what do I need to release? How do I need to move forward for me? What is it that I want. Adjustments are required. They just are, in order to nourish ourselves, and in order to be able to celebrate what we want, where we're headed, what we're going after, what sparks joy in our life. We need to start to nourish ourselves, soul and spirit. Also, food wise, I'm just seeing a lot of fresh food, which I know can be something that seems, I know that can be expensive, right? So frozen food is also, like frozen vegetables, is also really good, and going for quality over quantity is also going to be a really good thing. But it's almost a sense of looking at what your body can't handle. So I'm not trying to make anybody like paranoid or anything like that. So don't think like, oh no, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. But your body is going to have, or has been having, certain reactions to food that we might not be aware of, because that's just how our body reacts to things. So if you kind of cut out, like, the four main ones, right, are wheat, sugar, corn, and do I remember the fourth one? And dairy. There we go. So you can cut out all of those if you wanted to and be really intense. Or if you just kind of like did a kinesiology test where you hold it up and you kind of push your arm down, you have somebody push your arm down and say, like, if you could do that, if you're allergic to it or not. But just, there's just something here where it's like I'm nourishing my body, but my body isn't feeling nourished. So just being very aware of this. And I know people are going to be like, oh yeah, sure, wheat, this, that. But I mean, it's important. You can find out that you can have like celiac disease or something like that you didn't know of, because you just thought, oh, this is what the way my body reacts to things, and that's what I thought for myself. So it can be serious, guys. So here, make sure that you're nourishing yourself properly to be able to celebrate yourself. You and your loved ones are safe. Now it's time to blossom. But blossom is reversed. It's kind of like, okay, my loved ones and myself are safe. The knowledge is coming in. How do I blossom? How do I step into me? How do I know even what it is that I want and how it is that I'm moving forward? Balancing the spiritual and the practical is going to be a little bit difficult for us. We're entering into a time of new beginnings. We're looking at the passions that we want. We're going to be both blessed by the new moon that's coming and also feel like, have I made enough progress? Have I pushed things, far enough for myself? Am I heading in the right direction? So just know that energy around us, we're expecting a lot from ourselves. So here, balancing the spiritual and the practical is going to be super important, even though it's going to be difficult, because the practical we have a checklist for, but the spiritual, even though we could be doing worldly things, we might not be feeding our spirit fully and openly and honestly for ourselves. And that's going to be super important for us. All right. It leads us to a new start is coming. And what's interesting is here we have faith reversed. Because even though spirit is saying to us, we have faith in what we love and what we want. As we question ourselves, we're questioning what we have faith in. And we're questioning that a new start is coming. We're questioning that there's more to this world, and that the doors are opening. And that's going to be a big thing. And that is a big thing for us. So just understanding that, yes, a new start is coming. It's not about being nihilistic. It is, there's real beauty here in this world. As much as it's crazy, as much as it's overwhelming, as much as it's unbelievable at times, there is beauty, and there are immensely kind people here on this planet. And we need to fill that energy space of beauty and connection and love. We just do. It's going to be, it is so important. Our subconscious spirit message is manifest. This full moon is in Taurus. This lunar eclipse is in Taurus. Taurus is a profound manifester. And Capricorn, so are we. So are you, Capricorn. If you embrace the limitless expanse of your mind, because you are very good at making things reality. But be aware that your thoughts matter. And it is time to manifest the heck out of our world. And it's not going to happen instantly. That's the thing with manifestation. It's like, oh man, I wanted this to happen within a month. I gave myself a month. That's a long time, and it didn't happen. It's not going to happen. We need to give ourselves time. We need to be kind, caring, and compassionate with ourselves, but we need to manifest. vision boards if that's your thing, you know, it can be affirmations if that's your thing, but also just giving time for your mind to imagine what you want, but also giving it time for your mind to look at your fears and say, oh, okay, this is the nonsense that's holding me back. This is the chaos that's keeping me from having faith in myself. Because, you know, spirit knows I have faith in me, but I'm not rejoicing. You know, I'm not blissful. And what is it? What is it here? And I don't feel um, purposeful, right? So even though I have faith, it's like, okay, but all these other things, it's like, oh, it's not adding up, right? I'm not celebrating me. And now it is time, Capricorn, to celebrate ourselves and to know that we are opening up the door to who we are and what we love. And it brings us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And that's the Two of Wands. There's a repeat of the number 2 here, which can be, you know, kind of like relying on a group, like not a group, but a couple or, you know, somebody else more than we rely on ourselves. Just be aware of that. But also there's a sense here with the Two of Wands that a door is opening, but it's not necessarily leading where we want it to. So just be aware of that. Our subconscious tarot message is the King of Fire. Passion, determination, focus, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Embracing and igniting the passion within our hearts for ourselves to open up the door and to say, this is where I need to be. This is the highest court card, you know, of the wands. And so we are embracing our passion, our determination, our focus, and our insight. And we are saying, I have every right to be a passionate, vibrant being on this earth. And it's time to let our fire show. It moves us to our subconscious Luna message, which is extremes and show the world the real you. Now, with extremes, we can have extremes of emotion during this time. We can be very affected by the full moon and the lunar eclipse, and we will be. But it's time to show the world the real us. And we will do so almost in extremes, like we'll be really ourselves and then kind of pull back from it. So Spirit is saying here, be aware of that. Be aware that we're going to be inclined towards extremes. But we need to say, this is me, and this is what I love. And kind of be unapologetic about it. All right. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. And don't forget to put a pumpkin in the comment box. So let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed moon. Bye.